the user. Okay, we will read the input from the user so that we are able to get the input that is required, that is important for the business or for the logic, for the program. Okay, so now I'm going to do a program where you take input from the user for 5 subjects. Okay, and we will calculate average and total. Of course, you can add, assignment would be that you, okay, so assignment would be that you add your the grade thing. Okay, so add the logic for grade. Okay, so let's say I need 5 numbers, right? So for now, just I'll do old style, right? Okay, so these are 5 numbers, correct? Now I need to perform sum and average, right? So I'll say sum equal to A plus B plus C plus D plus E, right? But I just said, right, this is not the right way. So how do we get the input from the user? What change should I make? I don't want 5. I want the user to give the value, isn't it? So how do I get the value from the user? So you have 2 ways. Okay. First, we'll see how to do using read line. Okay. So first way is using read line, right? So I'll say um, A equal to read line, right? So read line is a function that helps us to get the value from the keyboard, from the user. Okay, basically from keyboard, it will wait till you enter a number and hit enter. You know, it will not proceed further. Okay, so for example here, okay, now when I run it, okay, let's print sum. Right? So I'm going to say cat sum. So when I run it, okay, yeah. So what is the error? Okay, we'll see the error later. First, let's see this. So see, A equal to read line, it is waiting for us to enter a value, isn't it? It's not going to move ahead. So I need to enter a value 4. It went ahead. Okay. Now I'm going to run B, right? So B, C, D, E, right? Now if I click on sum, it will throw error. Okay, what does it mean is, see, when I'm giving a B equal to 6, I'm giving it as an integer. How do you know that 6 is an integer here?
Well, it's not a string because it's not in like quotations.
Yes, it is not a string because it is not in quotation. It's not a Boolean because it's not true or false. It's not a complex because it doesn't have I, correct? So B is integer, okay? And so is C, D, and E. But how will computer know, or how will R know that A is also an integer? A is not anything else. There's no way to know. Okay, so there is no way to know for the computer that A is an integer, right? So what we do, what the developers of R has done it. They said that, okay, whatever you enter, everything, okay, in fact, can be read as string, isn't it? So it says, I'm going to read it as string. Whatever you enter, I'm going to read it as string. Okay. Now, if it is really a string, you continue whatever you want to do with it. But if it is not a string, if you want to convert into something else, you specifically convert into something else. Okay. So now here, A is a string, and you can't add string to a number, a character rather. Okay. Keep calling string, it's character. So you can't add a character to a numeric, right? So that's why you get error saying A plus B non-numeric argument, because A is left side, right? A is non-numeric. So A plus B is not accepted, right? So what do we need to do? What do we need to do? We need to convert your A into integer or numeric, right? We need to convert it into numeric. So what we do is we say as, or you can convert it integer, whatever you want to do it. Okay. So I'll say A equal to, now I've got value in A, and A equal to as dot, okay, you can say numeric or integer, whatever, right? And I'm giving A. So I'm saying as dot numeric of A, convert into numeric and push it into A. Okay. Now when I run it, okay, it's waiting for me to enter value, and I enter, let's say, so sum is 41. Isn't it? 6 plus 10 plus 8 is 21. 21 plus 10 plus 10 is 41. Any questions so far?
No.
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 All right. Okay. So this is how you can read the input from the keyword from the user. Okay. See, in the class, I might do A equal to 5, 10, okay, just to save time. Okay, because when I run it, I'll have to enter value, right? That takes time. But when you are practicing, especially, since these are your beginning days of programming with R, please use input. Okay. It's always better to practice the long way. Okay. And of course, in the actual implementation, you can probably do the shortest way, but always try to follow the long road to practice. Okay. That'll give you more practice, in fact. Okay. Okay. So this is one. Now, when I run it again, let's say, okay, computer is waiting, okay, for me to enter a value. R is waiting for us to enter a value. Okay. How will user know what I need to enter here? Should I enter the date or from location or to location or my name, my phone number or email ID? I don't know. Right. So we have something called as prompt. Okay. You call it as prompt, or it's a helpful text basically. So you go here, okay, in read line, and you can give a helpful text. Enter the marks in math subject or something like that. So now when you run it, okay, let's say I entered something so that it stops. I go and I run it. It says enter the marks in math subject. So I know now, oh, I need to enter marks obtained in mathematics. Okay. So, when you're developing application to book a flight, you will say, enter your name, right? So now you know that, oh, okay, here I have to enter my name. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So that's how you can use for multiple values. Now, what I want you to do is, okay, do it for the other values as well. I'm not going to do it after this class, not now. After the class, you change it for B, C, D, E as well. Will you do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, great. So please do it. Okay, so now I know. Mm, okay, so what I'll do is, okay, in fact, okay. So see, you can practice it, but this is not what I want. Okay, if I have to read a value 5 times, I shouldn't be typing this 5 times. I should use our for loop logic to read it. Okay, I should be using our for loop, right? If you have to do the same thing multiple number of times, what do? We use for loop, right? So if I have to use, it's better that I use for loop. Okay, why should, because I know that I need to enter 5 values, correct? So here, okay, I'm going to delete this. Okay, and I'm going to say for, okay, I in 1:5, right? Okay, and I'm going to read this inside. Okay, so this is going to read the value 5 times, but I need to put that in the sum. I need to find the sum of all this. See, this is, I put it in a for loop, so it's going to run it 5 times. So A will be first value, second time it will be second value, third time it will be third value, so on. But I need to find the sum. How will I find the sum here? Okay, so see, every time you run the loop, the old value will be deleted, isn't it? So before the value is removed or lost, we need to save it in the sum. So this is called a cumulative sum. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to declare a variable before for loop. I'm going to say sum equal to 0, and here I'm going to say sum equal to sum plus a. So I've declared sum equal to 0. So before I start the loop, I'm saying sum is 0. Now when I'm starting the loop, I'm adding sum equal to sum. See, if I don't declare sum equal to 0, then if I try to add sum to something, what's the old value of sum? There's no old value. So what I'll do, I'll fix old value as 0, because 0 is not going to have any impact, right? So I'm going to say sum equal to 0. Now when you are reading it, right, it will be added to the first value. When you read it, it will be added to the 0. So the sum value, okay, is now 0 plus, let's say I entered 50. It became 0 plus 50. The second run, some value will be 50, right? So that way we are saving the values. We are not losing the values. Yeah, we are not losing the values. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, and outside the loop, this is not required. And if you do the sum outside it, okay. So when I run it, okay, it says enter the maths mark, right? So only thing is the math word will also be repeated multiple number of times, which is not logically not correct, right? So I'm going to say 55. You will not be having 5 marks, right? Then again I'm going to, okay. So instead what I'll do is, okay, I go here and let's run this. Okay. for if I don't put it here, see that's the problem. Right? When you're doing multiple language, right? In R, this is how it is. There is no colon. You guys should have caught that mistake, isn't it? Okay. So enter the maths mark. I say 55. Enter the maths mark 65, 65, 85, 75. You see, sum is 345. Yeah, and you have to enter the marks in. Okay, enter the marks in. Enter marks. Okay, enter the marks. Okay, or something like that. You can say.
Could you explain like the I in C of 1 to 5 logic again? I kind of forgot
Sorry, logic 1 to 5.
it. Like how you're writing for I in C 1 to 5.
Okay.
Could you explain that a little more?
Okay. So break it into multiple parts. Okay, don't look the entire line as one. Okay. So first thing first, what does C of 1:5 indicate?
Isn't that a vector?
It's a vector, right? It is a vector, correct? Okay. So it is a vector, right? And what does vector mean when I say 1:5? 1:5 means it's going to generate number from 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So it's going to generate number. So when you so C is like, okay, C is like 1:5 is like generating values 1 to 5. So C became a vector, like C is converting into vector, right? And it has value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, when you say I in, we discuss in as operator. So when you say I in, I will take each value from this vector. I will take 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. Okay. Then the third part to it is the for. For is saying in one iteration, take only one value. So when you know line number 1 is executed, 2 is executed. When it comes to 3, 3 for will force I to take first value 1. And then it will say, okay, execute entire thing which is inside your for loop. So these are the three statements which is inside the for loop. So I value will be 1 and execute all the 3 lines. Once it's end of third line, it goes back to the beginning. Now the I value becomes 2.
So it keeps going until 5 and then it breaks at 5.
Exactly. Then it goes to your line number 8 and 9 and so on.
Okay.
Right, guys? Are we all good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So this is how we can read the value from the user, okay, using read line. And if it is not character, if it is not string, then convert it into whichever format that you want. If it is string or character, the text, then you don't have to convert it. You can use it as it is. Okay. Okay. Now this is for one student. I want it to be I want it to run for multiple number of students. So till user says yes. Till user says yes, I want it to run. How will you do it? You have to put another loop. Okay. So see, this is used to perform sum and whatever, right? Average, we have not done it, but let's assume that we have done average, whatever we have done. So this is used to perform for one student, right? And if I have to do it for multiple number of students, I have to put another loop, and this whole thing has to get into that loop. Okay. So you can put a for loop or while loop or repeat loop, whatever loop you want, and inside that this has to go. Okay. So question is that, is that I want it to run till the user says no. So which loop will you use in this case? You can use any loop, but which loop does make sense for you to in this case? So keep repeating this for multiple number of students till the user says no, I don't want to proceed any further. I'm done. See, when you know there are 5 subjects or you have to run the loop 5 times, you use for loop. When you don't know and you want the user to say no, I don't want to move forward, then which loop will you use?
While.
While and while and hmm?
Oh, repeat.
Repeat. Yes, exactly. So we have while and repeat. Okay. So in this case, it makes sense to use repeat because till uses continue, continue, continue uses no, stop it, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say repeat, right? And I'm going to put this entire thing here, right? So it will go on forever. So after cat, I'll say something like this. Okay. Ch equal to read line. Okay. Message is type n to stop. Okay. Now ch, if I'm asking it to enter n to stop performing this, right? So what I'll do here, I'll go and check if ch equal to n. Okay. What should I type? I spoke about something. How do you break a loop? How do you break the execution of a loop?
Use straight break.
You use break, exactly, right? So answer in the question itself. Still you couldn't catch it. Okay. Others, Keshav, Sandipan, Nashad, don't sleep. I know for few it is late night, for few it's early morning. Okay. But try
I
not
didn't
to sleep.
sleep. I just didn't remember what
I'm
it
just
was.
joking. I was just joking. Okay. So you do break here. Okay. And okay, now when you run it, the okay. Put a bracket here. Okay. So enter marks, I say 44, 44, 44, 44, 44. We get 220. And to stop. I don't want to stop. I want to do for more students. I'll hit enter. Okay. 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 50. Okay. And to stop. No, I want to continue. I want to do more. So I'll enter n. Small n is also fine because I'm checking for capital N, right? So enter the marks 66, 66, 66, 66, 66. Okay. Now n to stop. Let's say I'm done. I don't want to proceed any further. So I'll say n and hit enter. Your loop just broke. Yes. So this is how you can read input, okay, and process. Okay. Now,
can you please explain once the CH thing? I mean, I
so
just
CH
forgot that.
is equal to read line, right? So read line will read the input from the user, right? So I'm reading the input from the user. Okay, so read line, and that's the prompt, right? Type N to stop. So it is only going to display on the screen. There's no meaning for it, right? Because read line only is going to read a line, give whatever you type there and hit enter. So hitting enter means that's end of the line, right? So
I mean, CH is using like a variable.
it is a variable, right? So whatever value that you enter will go into CH, right? And then in the next line, I'm checking if CH is N, capital N, right? It is case sensitive. So I'm checking for capital. So even then, when you give small n, it actually continued. It didn't stop. Only when I give capital
So
N.
I can use any other variables
Of
in
course
terms
you
of
can
like
use.
CH.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. CH is just like choice. So, that's why I use. But yeah, you are free to use anything as long as it meets those valid conditions for declaring a variable, right? We discussed some conditions about a variable. It shouldn't begin with number, can have only
All right.
dot and underscore as a special character, right? You see, I told you guys, these are basic, okay? So I'm okay if you have to spend extra time to understand this, okay? Once you guys are good with it, other topics, you can move faster as well, because those are like small concepts, but these are important. These are important, okay? And when you're able to do it perfectly without any problem, that's when we'll move to the next topic.
Could you go over the while loop?
Okay, while loop. Yeah, so we will talk about the while loop in the next exercise. Okay.
Can you go over the for loop again?
Okay, so I'll ask Gauri to explain it to you. So Gauri, do you want to explain for loop to Keshav? So break it into 3 parts. Okay, don't look at for loop as a single loop.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try.
Like explaining it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. So first you have the first you have for I in C 1 to 5. So in that I is like a variable, and the C 1 to 5 part is like a vector where you're kind of defining the boundary, and it's always starting from 1. So like within the brackets of the for loop, that's like what you want the for loop to do. So in this case, it's like doing the read line thing, and then it's making it a integer, and then it's adding the sum to a. So, or it's defining sum as sum plus a. So for the first round, it's like gonna do that, and then it's gonna keep doing that until the fifth time, which is like the boundary, and that's like kind of like the break of the loop, and then it will move on to lines 9 and onward.
Okay. So why do we use loop, Keshav?
So that you can do a thing multiple times in a smaller amount of code.
Exactly. Okay. So we use any loop, okay, because we want to repeat something more than once, right? Any number of times. Okay. So there are different ways to do that. Okay. So I give one example. I gave example, right, other day, like if I ask you where's the campus, where's the university, right? So you'll tell me that you walk 1 mile, and on the left hand side you will see a red building. You stop there. So you walk 1 mile, exactly 1 mile. If it is less than 1 mile, I will miss it, right? Because you told me to walk for 1 mile. If it is more than 1 mile, okay, even if it is, let's say, next door, um, I'll not be able to reach it, right? Because you told me 1 mile, so I'll wait there for 1 mile, and I don't find it. I'll say, oh no, it is not there. Okay, so this is like for example. For example is run when you know the number of steps that needs to be run. So if I say find the marks of, or find the average, or find the total of 5 subjects, so you know it is 5 subjects, right? You know it is 1 mile. So that's when we use for loop. Okay. Now the other two, the while and repeat, is used when we don't know how many times, okay, the loop will run. So you know some conditions. So here you are saying that, okay, keep walking to the left till you see a red building. Now I can find a red building after step 1, or maybe after step 5,000, right? So whatever it is, because I'm taking a step, checking, taking a step, checking. Okay, so we discuss about for loop, right? In for loop, you know how many steps to take, right? How many steps to take, how many times I need to run the loop, right? While is, or a while or repeat is that condition. Okay, so there's a minor difference between repeat and while. In while, you will first check and then you take a first step. Let's say if I tell you keep walking till you see a red building, and you turn around and see a red building, you know you will not even take a step. Right? That's what happens in while. So if you know in while, if condition is false, sometimes you may not even run it even once. But repeat is like you will take one step and then you will check. Okay, so that's the difference. Okay, repeat, we just begin. There's no condition check. Okay, so you start executing it. But to stop, you need to check condition. To stop, you need to check a condition. So I want to stop when ch equal to n. So I'll put a condition. I'll stop here. If I write a while, I'll do it. Got so we'll do it. So in while, you check the condition beginning in the first itself. If condition is true, then only you go in. Okay. So that's why while is called exit control. Sorry, entry control. While is called entry control because your entry is being checked. And repeat, there's no entry check. You go, you perform at least once. Okay, before performing second, you will check to stop or not. Okay, if says no, don't stop it, you will continue. Okay, so that's basically the main difference between for loop and while and repeat. While and repeat, you don't know how many times. It could be 1 time or 0 time or 10 times, 100 times. But for loop, you know exactly how many times you have to run. 5 subjects, okay, 100 students, something like that. Okay, okay. Now coming to the implementation of for. For has 3 parts. Okay, one, for, of course, to indicate that it is a for loop, right? If I don't indicate the for loop, how will Python, or sorry, how will R know that it's a for loop? So that you have the for keyword. Okay, then okay, the loop has to run. Okay, you have to indicate that it's a for loop, and second thing is that you have to indicate how many times it has to run, and we'll see later as we talk about more topics. We'll see other ways also. Okay, but here we're talking about specific ways. Okay, that I, okay, variable will be running given number of times. See, you the reason why we have I is when I tell you, you know, the university is 100 steps from here, or 1 mile from here. You need something to measure or count, right? Not measure, but count the distance, or the distance basically, right? So you need a variable, okay, to measure, to keep a track of how many kilometers, how many you have gone or you have walked. Did you get it, guys? So For that reason, we use I. I is a counter which will keep track. If I say 5 times, it'll keep track 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is done. So we shouldn't do any further. Okay. So that's the I. Okay. For is to indicate that it's a for loop. I is to do that count. Okay. And 1 to 1 colon 5, we know we have discussed before that 1 to 5 is going to generate numbers from 1 to 5. So I is going to count the numbers in 1 to 5. Yeah. Is it clear, Keshav?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not confident. Yeah. Okay. 1 to 5 will generate numbers 1 to 5. Okay. I will take value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For will make sure that I takes value 1 and executes whatever is the bracket. So it's called a loop, you call it, or iteration. Okay. So in first iteration, it is I will be 1 and it's going to run it whole thing. Whole thing means this is the beginning bracket of for till the end bracket of for. So this entire thing is into for loop. So this entire thing is run once. Second iteration, I will take the second value from this vector. The second value is 2. So I will be 2 and it will run the entire content of the loop. Then I becomes 3 and then it's going to run the entire content of loop. I becomes 4. Okay, let's do like this. Another simple example, let's do here. Okay, or let's do it before so that okay. Say alpha, okay, equal to letters. Okay, now what letters do is it will have 1 to 26 values. Okay, so what is letter 1? Letter of 1 will be A, letter of 2 will be B, letter of 3 will be C. So when I say letter of 1 colon 10, it is like letter of 1, letter of 2, letter of up to 10. Okay, so when you do that, okay, it means okay that when I print this, it will print me A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, because letter of 1 that is A and letter of 10 is J, so it will print letters from 1 to J. So alpha is 1 to A to J. Alpha is A to J. Now what I'll do, I will say for loop I in alpha. I in alpha. Alpha is what? A, B, C, D, E, F, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. So now I'm saying I in alpha. So I will take first value from alpha. I will take second iteration, second value from alpha. Okay. So I'm going to say something like this. Cat running loop, comma, I. Okay. So let's run this to see what happened. Okay, so we have to give slash n. We didn't give slash n. Okay. Oops, made a mistake. Since I is here, so what I'll do is I'll put slash n after this. I'll put it here and yeah. So I said alpha equal to alpha is a variable which has values letters. So letter of 1 will be 1. Okay, so letter is a function just like your read line or print or cat. It performs some action. What action it performs? It will print the alphabets. Okay, so when I say letter of 1, it's going to print alphabet A. Okay, so when I say letters 1 colon 10, it's going to print, it's going to save one A to J, right? So alpha is A to J, as simple as that. Okay. Now what I'm saying I in alpha. Alpha is A to J, so I will take first A, then B, then C, so on. So that's why you see here you have first A, and I can write anything here. Okay. Okay, so these, let's say these are the text which is inside this for loop. So when I takes first value, the entire area that I selected will be run. The second time I will take second value, the entire thing will be run. Then third time I takes third value, the entire thing will be run. So I takes first value, which is A, entire thing is run. We don't have anything else, so it doesn't do anything. Let's say if you want, you can put some print statement. Statement 1. You see, A, and then statement 1 to 3, then B 1 to 3. C, it's going to run whatever you give that many number of times. Does it make sense now, Keshav?
Yeah, it did.
Naushad, you got it?
Okay.
Great. Okay. So yes. So now let's see an example of while. Okay. So what does while do? What's the usage of while?
It has a condition to like enter into the loop.
Yeah, it has a condition. So we have to decide what condition we have to do. Okay. So same. Okay. Let me implement same thing using while. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy so that you can compare the code. I'm going to come do it, and I'm going to put it here. Okay, so while is condition. So while, okay, and condition. So here we assume that ch equal to yes or something. Okay, so that we go inside. If I put ch equal to n here, and then it's not going to go in. Okay, so same logic I'm trying to implement. So here, while ch not equal to n, right? When ch is not equal to n, that's when we go inside. Did you get this? So if ch equal to n, then it will not go. The condition has to be true to get in. In repeat, condition has to be true to get out. In repeat, condition has to be true. So here ch equal to n. So it has to be true for us to get out. Here, condition has to be true to get in. Okay, so I'm saying ch not equal to n. Of course, ch is not equal to n. So, why not equal to n? True. So it will go in. Okay, and here what I'll say ch equal to n. Okay, now here you don't have to check the condition, because see, repeat doesn't have capability to check the condition. So we have to write extra line to check the condition. But while has its own condition checking here. So anyway, while it's checking condition here, so we don't have to check it again. Yes. So now when I run it, okay, ch is okay.
So how do we break out of that loop?
See, condition is here. Okay. So now let's say first time you're running it, right? So y not equal to when? So y not equal to when? True. It will go in. When it goes in, it's going to execute entire thing which is inside this. Right? Now this entire thing is run. It comes back again here. Okay, we are reading ch, so it reads ch. Okay, read line. And let's say you don't enter in capital, you enter something else. So it goes here to the beginning, checks
Oh,
whatever
so
value that
like
you have entered.
when the user enters and then it like will break up.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right? So it'll keep on entering because you don't have to do explicit condition here, because while comes with its own baggage or its own placeholder for condition check. So ch not equal to n goes in, enter ch is not in, goes up, and that's when it breaks and stops. Right? So it goes on, and the moment you enter capital N, it's the same way here also, right? You enter capital N, it'll stop. Here also, if you enter capital N, it'll stop, right? That's not a problem, but the way it's checking condition is totally different. Yes? Sandeepan, any question?
No, sir.
Got it? You got it?
Yeah, I got it now.
Keshav, you got it?
Yeah.
Now, Shad, you're okay with
Yes,
it?
sir. I'm here.
Yeah, you okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, one thing like for the break, it is when user entering n, so it is a breaking, right? So apart from that, when it is taking the number from 1 to 5, then also it is breaking. So there is a two types of break.
See, if I tell you to do this something, first question you'll ask me will be how many times. If you don't ask me, if I tell you, okay, I'm just thinking of something funny. Okay, so I'll tell you to run, let's say, right? And you'll start running, right? You will keep on running, right? So that's not what we want, right? You'll ask me when, till when, how many rounds, right? Or how many kilometers. So I'll tell you till it is evening, till it is 4 o'clock. That is like while condition. Till it is 4 o'clock, you keep running. Second condition I'm saying, okay, run 5 kilometers. So you'll keep running, and when it is 5, you'll stop, right? So you have to stop somehow, right? So either you ask me how many distance I have to travel, or you ask, till when. How do I know that I have to finish it, right? So let's say this class. So if we are doing some interesting topic, we will not look at time. We'll go on till, let's say, topic is getting covered. So that's an example where you will stop at a while condition, or let's say, okay, it is 2 hours, let's stop here. So that's a for condition, right? Otherwise, we will be reading hours for 48 hours. Did you get it? So you need to
Okay.
stop, right? You can't continue same
Okay.
thing. Okay, you have to stop it. But when? Yeah, it could be running after 1 million times. That's also, but you have to stop. Even if it's 1 million times, you have to stop.
No, so basically the thing is that I just wanted to understand exactly how it is taking line by line. Let's say for the one, so it is a one value taking first thing. So like how it is taking fifth value. So when it is going to the fifth value, it is printing the sum. So this is the total sum of this thing. After that, it will come to ch equals to read line, and it is asking to n to stop.
See,
So in
the
that case, if I'm putting
printing is happening outside the for loop, not inside the for loop. Printing
yes,
is
like
not happening outside. If you're talking about for loop, the print is outside the for loop, not inside the for loop.
so till
And
19th line, I can understand that it is printing the total value of this which I'm entering there.
correct.
Like 1, 2,
Now
3, 4,
after
5.
19, it goes to line number 20.
Right.
Correct.
So it is
Wait.
taking the read
Yeah.
line of
Yeah. So after 19, it goes to 20. Correct. Now after 20, it's reading the value. Right. Now then you have this closing bracket. Okay, what it means closing bracket? That it means that it will go to while condition.
Yes.
Because inner condition is completed. 5 times we have completed.
But the thing is that after going to while value, it is again taking like ch equals to y.
Of course.
So in that case, again it will run.
Yeah.
So here I have to put like, if I'm not putting anything, I'm keeping on entering this thing, then I have to repeat the for loop again
Oh yeah.
in while loop.
Correct. Till you end.
Okay.
So again you get into while loop, and inside while loop again you have for loop. So again for loop will run 5 times. Then you come to the last line, and this time you enter capital N. It goes up and matches, it stops there. But if you enter something else other than capital N, it will again continue. Again 5 times the for loop will run.
Okay. Got it. Got it.
Yeah. Everybody okay?
Ye- Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, anything else you want me to talk about? Okay. So now we'll talk about scan. Scan is a function which is used to read input. Okay, but this is interesting. What is interesting is, okay, you can enter multiple values. Read line, it read line, as name suggests, it says read line. The moment you hit enter, okay, it's the end of line, it stops there, right? But scan, okay, in C we use scanner, but here we use only scan. You can enter multiple values. Okay, so let's say I say marks equal to scan. Okay, and let's say I print marks, or let's say I do cat. Okay, okay, so see, it says 1 colon. Okay, of course that means there will be second colon, right? So I can enter 56, 65, 78. I can enter any number of values. You don't have to give inner loop to read those. Okay, you can enter as many values you want for this. So scan is used to read multiple values. Read line is used to read one set of values, but scan is used to read multiple values. Now I'm done. Let's say I wanted to give only 6. I'm done. I don't want to give 7. You hit one more time. Okay. If you hit enter twice, it will stop. Okay. Now I want to print, I want to see what cat has. The cat has saved as a vector. So if you want to see, we can say print. I can type here as well, class of marks. Okay. It is numeric type and it is storing multiple values. It is vector, that's why it's giving numeric. Okay. So this is how you can build large values. Okay, do you notice anything different here? Do you see anything different here?
Well, you did a comma to like you did a comma and then marks.
Yeah, that's how cat works, right? So we are
Yeah.
giving two arguments. We are giving two arguments. One is text value, other is variable.
Is it the /n?
Now, /n you give because cat will not be able to print /n, right? So we have
Yeah.
/n, yeah. Something maybe very it's a prominent, okay, it's not a small change, it's a prominent change, but probably you guys never focused on that because your focus was on for loop and while loop, so you missed that. Let me see, that's a hint. All right. Now, so see, we use something called as dot integer, as dot numeric. We had to use in read line, but here we are not using. Without using it, it is able to read numeric values. Yes, say something. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
So so see, when you read using read line, then we have to convert. If you're reading as a string or in character, that's what we did when we say ch equal to. So we didn't convert into integer or character or string because we wanted it to be like a string or character. Okay, but when we read the numbers, right, for to add those numbers, okay, we had to convert into integer, as dot integer. But if you see here, scan reads the values as a integer only. It doesn't read as a string by default, a character by default, what read line does. Yes. So here, okay, by default, and see, I told you R is used for statistical purpose, so mostly we will be using numbers. So what R said, okay, for normal programming we'll have a read line, but let's make something different, something special, okay, which will be used when you are trying to get maximum number of or even trying to get more numeric values. So this is anyway going to save your time, right? Scan. And second thing is, even by default format that it takes is numeric. If you have to read like a string or character, you say here what is like what is the data type. Okay, so if you say what equal to this, then it will be all characters. Okay, so I say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now when you, okay, I didn't put it here, right? Print class of marks. See, it says character because we said what equal to character. Yes. Did you get it, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So here
No,
we
can you
will,
please explain again?
yes, I'll explain. And see, we have about 8 minutes. Please join back again. Okay, so we'll do one more topic and then we will end. So please join back again.
Okay.
The meeting ends. Okay. So what I was saying is, if by default the value that is read by scan is numeric, but if you want it to read a character, okay, you have to use something called as what. Okay, scan what. Okay, now in the bracket when you say what equal to character, it becomes character. Okay, so you have to define what kind of values you want to read. If you want to read numeric, you don't have to do anything because default type is numeric. Just like readline has a default type string, okay, your scan has default type numeric. So if you want to read numeric in scan, you don't have to do anything extra. But if you want to read some other type, you have to say what equal to the other type.
Okay, got it. Like it's for everything. I mean,
Yep.
for other.
So you have, yeah. So you have you can use odd double for integer values. Okay, a string you can use double quotation, or you can say even, or you can even say character here. Okay, you can say equal to this, or you can say character. Okay, or your logical or your complex, right? So when you run it, it is going to read like a character. Okay? This is character. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So let's say, maybe we'll end it here. I'm feeling very tired. So after the session ends, we'll stop it today. Okay, we will not join back. So let's say, what was saying was how to access values from a list. So let's say I declare a vector. Okay, so I say value list, something like that, equal to C of 1 to 100. So if I print value list, what will I get? What will value list produce?
The vector.
Vector and the values will be
1 to
1 to
100.
100.
yes. That's what I'm doing. I click here and I click here. Okay, it gave. But let's say I want to access the 10th member. How will I say? Okay, I will say print value list. Okay, if I say value list, will give all. Otherwise, if I want a specific value, I'll say square bracket 5. Then it will give us only the 5th member. 5th member. Okay, in this case, of course, value is 5th member is also 5th. We got it. Let's say I do something like this: 10 to 100. then the fifth member will be 14th rather, not 15th, because counting starts from 10, right? We didn't say 11, 12. We said 10. Okay, so to make it 15th, I'll say here 11. Okay, so 11, 12, 13, 14, 15th is the fifth member. So I can access any specific member from the list. Yes, guys. So,
Yes.
okay, so we have spoken about scan also, right? So how is scan different to read line?
You don't have to like convert it to the class or like the type of variable.
And scan can like read multiple values at once.
Yep. And the default data type?
Numeric.
Numeric. And if you want to change to something else?
Go for what equals to like,
Yes.
it will be
Put
character
what
or
inside the bracket. Okay. So anything else? Are we ready to move to next topic? Okay, we can end it here also today. Okay. And I hope you are practicing. So see, the first 10 problems are from the entire file. Okay, so there could be some things which we may not have done the class. So if you have not done it, please ignore it. Okay, we will maybe later when we cover those topics, you can try again. But but after beyond those 10, everything you should be able to get it. Okay, if you are able to do it without any problem, that means concepts are clear. Okay, so shall we end it here and meet tomorrow? Okay, so next thing, are you guys okay to meet tomorrow?
Yeah.
So US says
Yeah.
yes, India, and Sandeep or Naushad,
okay, no issues.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
right? 31st, no plans.
I have plan, but
And is but not confirmed.
We can cancel it, no worries. Okay, we can cancel it. Okay, if it is late night, if you have some plans with family and friends, we can cancel it.
Then I think so better for like first. I will go for the like.
Okay, so tomorrow let's cancel it. Okay, and
okay, sir.
okay, Keshav and Gauri. So what we'll do is tomorrow we will have other class. Okay, first, and then you come back. Maybe we can clear your doubts. Okay, so we'll have for Gauri and Keshav, we will revise what we have done. Maybe we'll do some more programs. Okay, and recording I'll share with you, Shad.
Okay.
Okay, we are not going to do anything new tomorrow. We will revise because what we have done so far is important. Okay, if
Okay.
you are comfortable with what these things are, then the next topics we can move faster. Okay, next topics is just like, okay, this is it, this is it, this is it, and we can move faster. But the whole logic, important about our program, all those things is only this